Baby dolls, I'm watching Crypto Banter Ran, and I think it's very important to just outline this to you because you're going to see like these strategies and like mindsets and like framework for crypto. And I just want to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, they're all full of shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Understand? None of it works. Okay? Because I'm going to show it to you right now. They all start by saying, make your plan. Follow your plan. Let me tell you something, friends. Have you ever seen people's willies in the locker room? You don't want to see them. Okay? Let me ask you another question. Have you seen people's crypto strategies? I have. I've spoken to a lot of people. They're wrong. They don't know what they're doing. I'm going to show you Randy Boo with here. Now, it's just tweet. So, obviously, shout out to Randy Boo here. Very, very nice gentleman. But look at this crypto distilled guy. I know, friends, they're trying to be nice. So, yes, look, at the end of the day, they're trying to tell you the right thing. I know it sounds right. Hey, be good. Hey, buy low, sell high. Hey, make profit and be the winner. Okay, then there's not strategy. You're basically, it's like you're writing a story. Okay, go win. You go bake a cake. Okay, Russell Peters, you remember that, friends. Go. First you get the cake, then you bake the cake. That's how Arabs make a cake, you understand? Now look, when we come to this, look at the first one. Control your dopamine. Friends, I don't know if you guys have ever had Doritos out at like midnight or done like really wild stuff, like had Slurpees at 7:30 on a Sunday night. You can't control your dopamine. You can't control it. Okay? I'll tell you now. I don't care who you are. You can't control it. I'm going to be taking off my pants. I'm going to be spinning my pants around my fingers. I'm going to be eating jelly beans, glitter on my face. All right? But simultaneously, I'm going to be telling you, friends, my pants are off. I am euphoric. This is a top signal. I now have to be the bigger man here and leave the party. Goodbye. Now, I'm not going to do it as funny as that. It'll be kind of half funny, but it won't be over like one day. It'll be over a period of time. You see, you can't control your dopamine. You can't control the feeling of when you get kicked in the nuts either. That's when the prices go down. You actually can't control it. You have to feel it. I feel it, friends. You ever grabbed your nuts in the morning? I have. Make sure they're still there. You have to feel it. If you don't feel it, you don't really get a gauge of the market. Now, luckily for you, like, subscribe, belly button, and all. I am here just telling you, look at this. These people are absolutely euphoric. And we haven't gotten to that part yet. It's always been, oh, Davey Soy Hoffman is crying. This guy's calling for negative prices. Kobe says no hope for the industry. You see what I mean? So we're feeling parts of this cycle. Now, the part we're kind of in now is optimism phase, which is good. It's in the middle, right? It's when people starting to get confident. They're like, yeah, that's what people, friends, they're telling you, you're going to make so much money. By the way, in this video of Rand, literally 2 seconds before this, he literally says to the camera, he goes, you are going to make more money than you can ever wildly imagine. You are not going to be able to relate to your own friends and family. And Rand even says he can't sit around at a dinner when his friends are talking about earning 5.5% on their property yield because he's in DGen crypto land. Now, Rand's portfolio is like $100 or $200 million. I think he went 90% downswing. I think maybe lost half of it from Luna or 70%. But he said he's more than halfway have made it back. Okay, so this is confidence, right? Yes, I'm making it back. Yes, go number, go up. That's exactly what happens, all right? Now, beautiful parties, that's not actually the danger sign. This is the switch from bear to bull, okay? That's exactly what's going on. Now, if we continue, look at this. Write down a plan for every buy and sell. See, this is another problem, friends. I've seen people's plans, they're wrong. For example, I know everybody's average plan is 120K Bitcoin region. And they're like, okay, when I get a 50X, I'll get 10% out. When I get a 4,500X, I'll get the next 20% out. That's not a plan for the buy. Everyone's plan's wrong, okay? And trust me, no one can even stick to the plan. You understand? So nobody out there's got a plan where it says, well, if Ty Lopez makes a coin, I'm out. You know, that's what I'm actually telling you to do. It's funny. It's kind of like when people start to get happy and they're telling you this is the greatest place ever, it's time to leave. That's the unfortunate reality when it comes to these. No one has these in these plans. Why? Because most people coming in, most people's plans, sorry friends, I ate some nice yummy shapes before, chicken flavor. Their plans are self-circular. And what I mean by that is their plans are, well, when I get rich, then I cash out. Like, something you're going to learn, the market doesn't care where you entered. It doesn't care if you entered in depression or optimism phase, even towards thrill. It doesn't care where you entered. It's going to do the whole cycle, okay? You and me, we're just little peanut brains. We're a tiny little pin drop in the ocean. That's it. You're riding these waves, okay? Look at this. Let's continue as well. He goes, compare your ROI against your goals, not others. Now, very interesting, friends. Comparing ROI and stuff, I know if coming from a good place, it's saying, well, you know, don't look at this other person making 30x. You should be happy because you're up 4.5. You know that's a bunch of bullshit. All right? You know, no one does that, man. Dog with a hat's up 43,000x since December. All right? Is your bag up even 400x? 40x? You understand? Even though we know it was a lottery ticket. But we're seeing like that one guy in there who was convicted in it and he's like parading around. But you know it's just one guy. But friends, our brains, we're not built, right, by our creator. We're not built to actually process statistics of 400,000 people. We're built to actually think about 150 people in a tribe. I'm not joking. So when you're like, oh, look at this guy. He's got a big new pair of nuts. Who's he? Look at these big coconuts. This guy thinks he's like killing it, huh? That's what basically we're programmed to do that, friends. We're still like just monkeys. So it's very, very important. Yes. Compare your ROI against your goals and not others. Look, it's going to happen anyway. But I'm here to tell you my approach is, I noticed you'll do it no matter what, friends. You're going to see someone fluke shot it. You're going to see someone didn't buy in depression, put 20 grand into one coin. They'll turn it into like 20 million. That happened with SafeMoon. A guy put in $1,000 in the SafeMoon ICO. He turned into 60 million. He woke up, and then he turned to 60 million, and he paid 30% slippage in like one click or 40% slippage. He's like walked out. He didn't even know he had the ICO. It was a complete fluke. Okay? So these things are going to happen. My approach is to acknowledge this and say, well, no expectations. The market's going to give you whatever it's going to give you. That's what you got to do. A lot of my time analysis, it's very astrology, like woo-woo, you know what I mean, magical stuff. And like, you know, April 2025 would be the 4 out of 4 times where altcoins peak out, 12 months after the Bitcoin halving. I look for these moments in time just so when we get there, if people are euphoric and I look at the number on the screen, I look at the number, I'm like, hey man, that's high compared to, you know, the blood, right? So I'm going to be telling all of you that. And then trust me, when I flesh that out, you're able to see a lot more things, especially when it comes to the numbers and how far we've grown here and there. Because, yeah, man, trust me, friends, I was there every single time. It doesn't matter how high you go, because there's new buyers entering everywhere. And they're the excited, passionate ones. And they're the loudest ones. So they go, sweet, another 5x, another 5x, another 3x. It's very tough. That's why I hope there's like a market-wide sign of all this euphoria. Number 4, remind yourself, unrealized gains do not equal gains. Yes, this is true. But look, you're only going to make it to the end if you're schizophrenic. I'm wearing a Pokemon hat, friends. In fact, I should be asleep. You understand? I grabbed this from my hand. I barely grabbed this just for you guys. You are not going to make it with this mindset of this. This is Peter Schiff talk. He goes, it's not profit until you click sell. I promise you, yes, in an ideal world, you have this perfect strategy to know the future, and then you sell slowly over time, and it's this nice mathematical formula. That's the ideal world. In the real world, I promise you this. There's 2 people, all right? The person who made it, he literally went, you know what? I concentrated. I went all in Olympus DAO. Right? Shout out to Chris who actually did that. Mr. Roosteel. He put in, friends, I think like it was just like all in on Olympus DAO. It turned in, I don't know, like 30 grand into like 1.8 million. Basically retired off that. But think about it, like had like a string of losses before that leading up. They like sold the Bitcoin early and just a lot of people got wrecked. But see what I mean? Like anybody, like if you do any research properly into the coins you hold, you'll psych yourself out because it's all imaginary Ponzi. It's like, hey, why is the bid left in this market? That's all. Why is USDC left in the bids here? It doesn't need to be here. It's just, okay, someone decides to take it out. It's gone. You know what I mean? So that's why we look at these things like time analysis and Bitcoin 4-year cycle, just trying to put these pieces of the puzzle together, because I can tell you this, coins are going to move in and out of sync. But what's going to happen is, overall, if you look at your portfolio, when it comes time to the euphoria, you're going to find that it doesn't matter that you're selling one coin, say 40% off its high. Because you waited so long, it's much higher. Okay. Just for example, it's like, well, imagine you're like waiting for Hex Euphoria and like 10 cents, it's really high to you. But then it goes up and hits 50 and then it comes back down to 14, comes back up to 25. You're like, well, yeah, 25, it's not 50, but you were able to hold through 10 because you were just waiting for that market-wide euphoria. Number 5, the final one. Patient hands triumph. Holders over rotators. Yes, it's true, friends. I'm just going to tell you, though, that holders over rotators, that's the earliest 10% people. That's us now. You see, no one was talking about this in the bear market but me. Now, it's the next 30% of motivated people. These people, friends, here's a sad part. They can't actually hold, and they shouldn't hold. That's right. They shouldn't hold because they are chasing narratives and stuff up and down. They have no conviction at all. If Bitcoin has a 40% dip and these things go like 60% and they don't recover in that next season on that recovery, it's finished for them. So you have a lot of pit stop problems here. There's a lot of basically speed humps along the way here. A lot of potholes too. A lot of bamboo traps, booby traps. Friends, I've got boobies too. That's right. A lot of traps everywhere. I don't know what to do for these people. Like, you've been practicing, training, right? Grabbing your nuts like me every morning and doing push-ups. For 2 years, you've been waiting for this moment where you just get to watch the show now. These people actually have to come in and they want to like be antsy-pantsy. So they're the ones who have to like grift themselves or find their way in. Hey, how do I hustle way into this ICO? A few people get lucky there. How do I hustle my way into this new narrative? And some people are going to get it right, but the overwhelming majority are going to get wrong. That's why we do things like find our way through Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives, core coins, have a sticky community. We look at the charts. You want to get a depression price. That's why these things increase your success rate. And most importantly, friends, you can literally sleep. Now that you've had so much time to hold something, you can sleep with like 6 months of living expenses in a coin, right? Because now you go, hey man, if I get this like 20x from here, I get 10 years of living expenses that I've won. But, you know, in a nutshell, you're going to look at some people coming in, they're going to have a 150K clip. 150K coming in. And you're like, man, I only put in 10K. But these 150K clip people coming in, friends, no conviction. They're going to throw in, slapping it around. They have no idea what they're doing, okay? It's funny. You're going to see the biggest clips at the very, very end. Don't forget, who's your friend? Like, subscribe, bell button, and all. Catch you soon.